my life.
My San Diego home, kettle out by itself. My mother-in-law had stayed with us for a while to help us out with our kids, and I recalled she had a kettle that she would boil water to make tea every morning. Her parents were not doing well, so she went back to take care of them for a couple weeks. Now, my brother-in-law was also staying with us at this time, and he can attest to this incident. I saw my mother-in-law forgot to put away her kettle as it was out in the open on the stove. So, I placed it with the other dishes in the dish rack. The next morning the kettle was on the stove again. I was thinking maybe my brother-in-law had used it. It was kind of odd as he never drinks tea. I was thinking, okay, fine. I'll put it away again, no problem. The next day, it happened again. So, now, I'm getting annoyed. Freaking kettles don't just get used by themselves and appear over the stove. So, I confronted my brother-in-laws, wives, everyone in the house, about the kettle. No one had a clue what I was talking about. They said they never used it, and I believed them as I never seen them use a kettle. The question is, how did this stupid kettle get on the oven by itself? After that talk, the kettle never appeared on the oven again. So I thought logically, if someone used it, it would be that they did it and was embarrassed, and just lied about it, of which was not a characteristic of the family. In fact, other things happened in a similar fashion. Outside, I had a small pond which has a water line coming directly from one of the water outlets. It automatically fills the water to keep it at a certain level. One summer day, I noticed the pond making a gurgling noise. I took a look and noticed the sump was out of water and the pump was running dry. Then I find that the water leveler was open, yet no water came out. I was thinking that maybe something is wrong with the water line and leaking somewhere else. I traced the line back to the water outlet, and did not see any problems. Then, I find that the water line was shut off. The valve was actually turned off clockwise tight. I can understand if the valve inside was corroded and closed up the line, but no, that was not the case. I was a little frustrated that maybe someone shut it off without telling me, so I asked the only person who could have possibly shut it off. She denied doing that, so I left it at that. However, I still don't understand. Logic would lead to think it was her, and she was lying, but she had no reason to lie. This same thing happened a year later when she was not there anymore. This time, my sister-in-law's husband and son were my guests. The line was shut off again. Both denied doing it, so that was when I figured something is playing around with me, intentionally causing issues in relationships. Either it is an actual person coming into our yard and doing that on purpose, which is highly unlikely, or something paranormal. The latter seems more probable to me, considering all the odd things that happen around the house. There was also another strange incident along similar circumstances. I have a metal gate on the left side of the home entering into the backyard. The lock was broken, but that gate does not swing easily. It has rusted hinges and requires a person to give a push to open. Also, the gate is an open design where a limb can slip through. Because it has so few metal to block the view, I find it very difficult for wind to blow and open the gate. Well, on many occasions, I have found this gate open all the way. I have closed the gate on multiple instances, but other times I just gave up. One thought was people or neighbors trespassing. I had a person always at home, and there has never been anyone found coming in my backyard. I was frustratedly annoyed. Every time I think about these incidents, I just shake my head. It was frustrating trying to use logic to explain illogical events. If I had pushed hard, those relationships would have been scarred if not broken. Do ghosts try to break relationships? I think so.